We're finally here. It only took, what, most of the morning, part of the afternoon, and
full van.
And I'm pretty sure we brought our house, which, yeah, so that happened, but we're so paranoid that we're gonna forget something now because we do it every trip. One time we actually forgot our pillows. So that was a really, really terrible night that we spent. So we pretty much overpacked now just out of fear. Probably will have still forgot something. Yeah. But let's get all this out and
see what we forgot.
Find out. So just in case you're ever in the Paint Creek area in Greene County, the campsites are actually really nice. Really nice gravel pad for your tent. And this one in particular, actually there's a bunch of them that are right on the creek. So that's really cool. You get a nice picnic table and you get a really good fire pit with a grate over it, which is awesome for cooking. So that'll be fun. And just look what we're next to. That is absolutely awesome. Dogs are super excited, wanting to explore, especially wanting to go down to that creek, which I'm not gonna let them right now because we have a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up and start helping Mitch with the tent and everything, and then we'll show you the finished product. And we finally got it all set up. So here's home for the night. Got the tent up, everything should be out and ready for use. We've got everything set up in here. And we've got two cute little puppers that are raring to go and wanting to go on their first walk of the day. Now, don't worry, they are not going to spend the night in this. This is just for day use so we can cook and do things without them getting in trouble. They will be in the tent with us at night, so they're not going to be scared or get cold. Okay, here is the map of all the trails. It seems pretty confusing, but Mitch is pretty sure he knows which way we're going. So I think we're gonna do this number 10 right here and see what that looks like. So let's get going. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there is the trail. So we're doing a lot of switchbacks on this one. And then we're coming up and we're gonna go up there. This is a Campfire Loop trail. It's really nice, but we probably will not do all of it. It's pretty steep and you have to probably be in better shape than we are. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, hallelujah, there's a bench. I'm hoping that means that this is the halfway point. But yeah, a bench is super nice. We really, really needed this right now. And there's a little bit of where we came. You can see the mountain range, or as we would call that, more like a hill. But the range right there. So we're pretty high up right now. And that's where we still need to go. So you can tell we're a little bit out of breath, but having fun. This is a really nice and really pretty trail, so we're glad we took it. And the little babies are too. We finally made it to the end. It really wasn't as bad as I thought, and it didn't take us as long as I thought. Sometimes, you know, with an older dog, you got to be a little bit careful, but she did good. And we actually made the whole loop, so I'm going to turn the camera around and show you where it comes out. So there's the campsite right there. We actually hit the trail on the other side of this campground, and we're coming out now. Oh, Emma's ready. She already knows where the exit is. But we're actually coming out to the road that gives you access to the campground. Yeah, so here's the road. There's the end of the trail. And you can see now it says 1.1 miles. So that wasn't bad at all. We were actually afraid it was going to be a little bit longer because I think we misread the map. But here we've got the bridge, and all we have to do is walk across to our campsite. Look how gorgeous that is. We might take the dogs down there and let them kind of play in the water a little bit. But if you do this trail, if you ever come up here, and right there is the entrance to the campground. But if you ever do come to this area and decide to do that trail, just beware, there are some steep sections of it. You are going and climbing up a ridge. So, you know, you might want to bring water and do it like we did in the morning when it's still fairly cool. So we actually picked a really good time to do that one. You do not want to do that trail in the heat of the day. And we just wanted to show you the beginning of the campground loop trail. Now that we kind of understand a little bit better where it's going and what it does, this is the 1.1. We thought it was 3 miles, but it is not. So it's actually a really nice walk. Like I said at the end, it does get a little strenuous though, because you're going uphill, pretty steep up on that ridge, but it is really pretty. You never really lose sight or sound of the campground, so you always know where you are. And it's just really, really nice up there. And look how gorgeous this is. That bridge right there is going to take you onto the actual trail itself. Right here we've noticed that there were some people fishing, so you can come down here with your fishing pole. We have seen people actually pulling out some pretty decent sized fish. And this is an absolutely gorgeous place to fish at. Doesn't this look like an absolute fairyland? I could see this in some kind of movie, you know, a fantasy movie with elves in it. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park is full of really nice little bridges like this. This is a gorgeous beginning to a trail. And there's a really nice little bench over there if you want to just sit and enjoy your scenery. One thing we really like about this Paint Creek area also is it has tons of picnic tables. And usually all of them are right up against this creek, so you can have a really cool picnic. And then, you know, if you've got dogs, bring them down there to play. And it's just a really, really nice area to have a good, relaxing time. He can never just walk. He's always got to chew a stick and carry it with him. Speaking of dinner, we got Mitch the fire master over here building our fire so we can start our dinner.
I don't know about master.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
I mean, it ain't going yet though, so it's hard telling.
Oh, just give it a few minutes. This will be a roaring fire. keep our fingers crossed. But in the meantime, let's take a closer look at this little cookbook while we wait for the fire to build up. Now, I've already told you in part 1 that I absolutely love this cookbook and highly recommend it. We've used it pretty much every time we've gone camping since I bought it years ago. You can see here I've got the 2006 edition, but this has actually gone through a few editions, so you can find the newer one on Amazon if you want, or you can buy this one used at, you know, pretty much anywhere like thrift books, eBay, even Amazon, that kind of thing. It's really good because she goes through checklists of what you may need to actually make all these dinners at the campsite. And there's all kinds of really helpful tips on how to store your food, you know, food safety. That's always really important when you're cooking outdoors and you're actually cooking out of a cooler instead of your refrigerator at home. And we get to the really good parts, the actual, like, you know, seasonings and the actual recipes and what you'll need. And I think this cookbook is just really nicely organized and laid out. You've even got a sample meal plan that she puts out. This one's for a 3-day trip, but, you know, you can just use day 1 if you are just doing an overnight or however you want to do that. And she also includes a sample vegetarian meal plan for camping, which I thought was a really cool addition. And it's basically set up like any other cookbook. You've got, like, you know, your dressings and your condiments and that kind of thing. And it goes all the way to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then some snacks. The lunches, well, actually all of them are really good. We've tried several out of this cookbook and we've always enjoyed it. Always found them really tasty and really glad that we brought it along with us. We've got lots of nice little tips, and every single recipe includes this make it at home so that you can try this. This isn't just a camping cookbook if you really want to make it at home, which is something that I've actually done because the recipes are just that good. And there you have it, that cookbook. I'm going to go ahead and give this a pickup if you do a lot of camping because, I mean, this is just a great one. I already know that the food that we packed for dinner tonight is going to be good because it came out of this cookbook. This is how many times I've used it and how much I've been impressed with it over the years, and just how much of a favorite little staple it is. You know, I've had this for years and I would never get rid of it because I use it almost every time we go camping. So let's go ahead and as soon as Mitch gets that fire going, we will go ahead and start cooking, and we'll show you the food and tell you just how good it is. Okay, I just wanted to show you what's underneath our picnic table. Someone obviously dropped a tomato slice, and look what happened. It sprung into a full-blown tomato plant. Isn't that really cool? Too bad there's not little tomatoes on there. We could have like found out what kind it is and see how it tasted. Okay, after a little bit of a fight trying to get this fire going, we finally have got a sizzle on our chicken. So went ahead and threw that on there. It's smelling and looking really good. And then these we've had on there for a while, probably still not done yet, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a sneak peek. Ooh, look at that. Now, oh no, maybe we didn't. I thought we might have burnt the bottom there a little bit, but it's actually really soft.
So it might be cooked.
Yeah. Okay, the carrots need a little bit more time. So we'll go ahead and put this back, wrap it up and keep it on the fire. But oh, doesn't that look so good? Oh, I can't wait because the smell is wonderful. All right, I think we're finally ready. Look how beautiful that chicken is. And yes, we burnt some of them, but we had a little bit of trouble getting the fire to stay lit. So, you know, we'll eat the top layer. It's okay, just so long as it's cooked through. But it looks like it's really soft, isn't it? Okay.
It's like steamed almost.
Good. And then that chicken. Gosh, look how beautiful that is. and we've got our peanut sauce. I say we are ready to do our taste test. Okay. Ooh, this looks so good.
Yeah.
And we are hungry too. This was an ordeal.
It usually is. I'll just get a big piece.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
There is nothing like food cooked on an open fire.
You get that caramelization because the fire's hot, but then like where the flame keeps like the varying heat. I think it still like kind of keeps it juicier than it would.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like cooking it on a skillet or something, you know what I mean? Like,
and this sauce, this spicy peanut sauce is so good with this chicken too.
It is very good.
With the soy sauce and everything, oh. It's really hard to stop eating this. And
the potatoes and stuff are good too.
Oh wait, I didn't try one of those yet. Okay. Oh, look at that. Now remember, that's the sweet potatoes, red onion, and carrots that we put together.
Yeah. Very good.
Perfectly steamed
Yeah.
in those little foil packets. This is so good. So, like I said, we know that cookbook is awesome. This was things that we hadn't tried out of that cookbook yet.
Yeah.
And it was really good and did not disappoint. Just like, I mean, that cookbook never disappoints. So if you're a big camper, please go ahead and pick that one up because you're gonna love it. And if you want to, it's got directions on how to make this at home. I would totally do this for a meal also at home. I mean, you can stick foil packets in your oven and let them bake that way. You can just, you know, grill if you've got like a little stovetop grill. Or if you just wanted to like, you know, cook the chicken breast in a skillet and then cut it up after it's done and then you have your sauce. Perfect for dinner.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and go because we're gonna eat while it's hot and then it's marshmallow time. So we finally got our fire burning pretty nice. So we're gonna try out our desserts. Oh, I'm sorry.
Push me out of the way.
Oh, we're gonna get a perfect marshmallow. We usually go old school and just do the marshmallow. We've done s'mores and stuff like that before, but sometimes that's too rich and you just can't beat a good burnt marshmallow. Woo! Perfect! Alright, let's try it. Ooh, we're starting to lose the light, which means this is going to have to be put up for the day. I started one, but we'll have to finish it tomorrow because, as you can see, I am not going to be able to see to put any more detail on it. So this little postcard will have to be done tomorrow. So we got ourselves some funky flames. We've never actually tried these before and I really wanted to, so let's go ahead and throw it in the fire and see what happens. Now Mitch, I'm gonna let him do it since my aim is usually pretty bad, especially when I'm looking through the camera. Mitch does not expect anything. I'm expecting something like awesome. So okay, there's some green. Oh no, was Mitch right? No, there's some green.
It's doing a little better.
Yeah, we're getting some funky flames. Not as funky as I was hoping, but it's there. We got a little bit of blue and stuff, so we're gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy our little funky flames. Good morning. So that was a little bit of a rough night. Henry's first night camping, it was good, but he ended up having to sleep in the cot with me because he was a little bit scared, which meant that I couldn't really turn over a whole lot. And I did think of the one thing I forgot on this camping trip, and that is a hairbrush. So there you go. But we're gonna go ahead and get breakfast together. I'm gonna show you how we're doing that, which recipe we picked, and how we're gonna throw it all together, and if it tastes good. So Mitch is gonna fire up the little propane stove, and we're gonna get cooking. All right, I think we're finally ready. We're gonna do water first, and then instead of coconut milk, I'm actually going to do this soy vanilla because I already had this on hand, and also Mitch really isn't a fan of coconut, and it really doesn't matter to me one way or the other, so we are just going to go with soy milk. Now we'll bring this to a boil, and then we're gonna let this simmer until all that quinoa is cooked and fluffy, and then we will go to the next step.
Probably done.
Ooh, okay, let's go ahead. It looks fluffy, don't it?
Yeah. So
we'll go ahead and take this off the heat, put our toppings on it, and in the meantime, we'll go ahead and make our scrambled eggs. So we're almost ready. Mitch is scrambling the eggs. I found some salt and spices in our camping gear, so I'm just going to use that salt. But we're going to sprinkle it with salt. Then we're going to put some more soy milk on top, our walnuts and blueberries, honey, and then some grated lemon peel. And I just wanted to show you this little set that I have. I bought this off Amazon, and I got it for picnics and stuff like that because you kind of never know when you're going to be on a road trip and, you know, want to pack some food. So we actually just keep these in the van. It came in a little bag so you can store everything. It's a 4-piece set, different colors, and each one comes with a little corresponding container of your utensils. Is that not adorable? These have come in really handy, and I really like them. So I will be adding these to my Amazon store if you want to check that out. But you don't have to go with just this brand. There's actually a bunch of them. So, you know, just shop around and see what you think. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle each one with salt first. We'll give that a really good stir. Then we'll add a little bit more of some soy milk. Top with some blueberries. This is looking really good already. And now we've got our toasted walnuts. I toasted those in coconut oil. Now we drizzle it with honey. All right, time for the big taste. Try to get a little everything. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is so... Okay, when I first put it in my mouth, I was like, oh, this is going to be a little plain. Then all of a sudden, all those flavors, the lemon and blueberries and the nuts and honey and all that just burst into your mouth. And then it was just breakfast. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's really good.
It's very good.
Now, I would put this at pretty simple to make, don't you think?
I mean, overall, it seems like it's a lot of steps, but like most of it you've done before, like the roasting the walnuts and stuff like that, you don't do out here. and you just kind of mix it all together once you get here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the quinoa is something you can kind of put on the thing and then walk away for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's actually,
It
it's
cooks up
super
quick.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I would highly suggest this. Actually, if you're not camping and you just want a really good breakfast that gives you lots of grains and fruit and nuts and stuff like that, go for this. But camping, it just hits the spot. And it's so nice and warm on this kind of chilly morning. So this is perfect. We're going to go and keep eating. And then we're going to take the little babies for a walk because they're getting antsy. So we will see you for that, and then we'll show you lunch. So we are going to take another trail. If I can find the name of this one, I'll put it on the screen. But this is by far the easiest trail. It's gravel and it's basically like flat. So this one is super nice because all along the way you get picnic tables. And usually each picnic table has really easy access to the creek itself. So if you come here with kids or dogs, you can be setting up your picnic table while they're playing in the creek and just having a really good time.
It might be a little cold today.
It might be a little cold today. I'd say it is. Let's see. I mean, no more than usual probably, but yeah, last night was a little chilly, so he might be a little hesitant to go in there. But this is one of the favorite spots that the dogs love to come to and play in. And it's just a really nice, relaxing place that you can go to and unplug for a little while. There she got one. Good girl. We're not really sure why she fishes rocks out of the creek, but it's been her favorite game since she was a young pup, and so we just let her do it. Oh, she got her another rock at this spot. I think she pretty much has to get a rock at each one now. Henry, you having a good time? You having fun? He says, that was too deep, Daddy. And this is actually the end of the trail. We've actually seen a lot of people with tubes coming down here and floating and swimming along here because that's actually a really nice, fairly deep watering hole right there. And it's fun to have like this little waterfall cascading into it so you get a little bit of a current. And we just saw a sign that said that this is the Stephen Falls picnic area. So if you do come to Paint Creek and you want to go to that area, that's where that little trail is, all those picnic tables, and then some swim holes if you really want to take a dip. And while Mitch is getting our sandwich fixings out, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Feast by Firelight. So we've already done the breakfast and we know that it was really good. That sandwich looks really good. I'm sure we're gonna love it. So I really wanted to just go through and just give you kind of an overview of this cookbook. I'm going to go ahead and link it in my Amazon store, but this is a little bit of an older cookbook. This was 2018, so you can probably find this used, you know, on one of your favorite used book websites. Now, this one also gives a little bit of an overview of what you can do to really camp and prep for your food before you go camping. I like that it has several little tips and hints to be able to start your fires and so on, and then we get to the recipes. Now, just like the other one, all the recipes in here looked really good, and I kind of had a hard time picking. There's really nice little snacks, and like this looks really good. I really like how they spread all the little vegetables and bread here. The pictures are really nice in this cookbook. Now, this one, I really like this cookbook also because not only do you have meat options, but you also have a lot of vegan and vegetarian options. So, you know, you have quite a bit to choose from, especially if you go camping with a group. And if some of you are vegan, some of you are meat eaters, you can actually pick recipes that would really be good for both. So overall, I've really enjoyed this cookbook. I will be keeping this, and it will be going along with us on some other camping trips. So if you guys do a lot of camping, I would highly recommend that first cookbook we looked at, and now also this one. And now for lunch, we're going to do this Feast by Firelight again. We're going to be doing their sandwiches, and we're going to start with this guacamole in its shell. Now in part one, you saw me make the oil and vinegar with the salt, and we've got our black pepper right here. Our avocados are cut in half. So all you do is sprinkle this into your avocado, like where the seed pit was. Put a little bit of black pepper, and then take a fork and mash it. So Mitch, I'm going to let you do the honors.
Are you sure?
Ooh.
How much?
I guess really to taste. I mean, yeah, I'd say that's probably about enough. Then sprinkle that with the black pepper. And now we'll just mash that in the shell. This is going to be a spread that goes on the sandwich. Okay, and there Mitch goes. He's just gonna really smash that in and mix it good. I also wanted to point out that the camping and picnic set I showed you earlier comes with its own little cups that match your plate and utensils. And so each one has its own little cup, and that comes in super handy. We've got our rolls over here that I got from Publix, and we're gonna use cucumbers and radish as a topping. And then of course we've got our sandwich meat. All right, we've got sandwich number one being made. We're taking the guacamole, basically, spreading it all over there, and then of course we'll top it with the vegetables and the meat. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
This looks really good, but I have a suspicion it's gonna be really messy.
Like, take one bite and the rest of the sandwich falls out the back.
This is really good.
Yeah, it didn't fall apart as bad as I thought it was going to.
No, I really like the crunch aspect of adding the radishes and cucumbers in there. The avocado really just kind of pulls it all together with something smooth. And yeah, it's just salty enough. So you don't have to worry about like adding some on the vegetables. Like the salt in the guacamole, I think pulls it through like really well. So yeah, okay, we've had basically this entire camping trip has just been really good food, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've been really surprised and really happy with it. This is something that I would recommend even just trying at home for lunch because, I mean, it's just good.
Yeah.
And of course, everything kind of tastes better when you're outside. I don't know why. But picnics, camping, the food usually tends to always be good.
Yeah.
So I would actually highly recommend that camping cookbook.
Yeah.
So I would probably recommend my all-time favorite first. The Campfire Cuisine, but this one comes in a really close second. So if you wanted to pick up both of them and get some, you know, different ideas from both, I think it would be really good, especially, you know, if you camp a lot. You're going to get a lot of really good ideas from either one of them. So that wraps it up for us. We're going to go ahead and finish this. Then we're going to break camp, go for one more walk with the dogs, and then probably call it a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've had a pretty busy weekend, it seems like, of cooking a lot, right?
Yeah, mostly around food, but yeah.
Yeah. So we really hope you enjoyed coming along with us on this camping trip. Hopefully we'll be able to get to some more in the future, because we've got some other places we've seen that we would love to go. And now that we know Henry can do it and he enjoys it, then we're going to take him out on some more.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching this one, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.